Welcome back, everyone. I am so glad that we are here yet again for another weekly episode of the Interconnected-ness. I am the Memory Astrologer, and thank you again for tuning into another weekly episode, another weekly offering of the Interconnected-ness, a weekly oracle message, a weekly oracle offering. So this is for the week of January 17th through January 23rd, 2022. So first things first, we start this week off with a full moon, like a full moon is coming through. A full moon is coming through. So I hope that we are open to this healing that is coming on, this awakening, this leaving, this realizing, this growth, this inner evolution to bring outer evolution. This is just going to be a wonderful message. So before we get into this oracle message, please remember, can you please, if you really like this message, can you please like and subscribe? Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe, please, and thank you. But if you really like this message and you want to share it, send it out to your friends, your families, the societies, the groups that you're in, people that make you feel safe and secure, the people who give you that emotional love. Send it to them. Share this message with them. Share this message with them. And if you really like this message, let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments. And if you want to send me a love offering, I am adding my link tree in the link below. It's going to direct you directly to my Cash app. All right. So once again, thank you so much. And this is going to be a wonderful message. Remember to do your 3 deep belly breaths. Remember to inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth while we are growing and then releasing and loosening our muscles, our belly muscles, okay? So this is allowing us to tap into our body, tap into our deep breathing, tap into breathing that life into us. Yes, tap into breathing that life into us. So let's get ready for this message. Let's get ready for this message. The awakener. The awakener. The reawakener. Sometimes we just need a little jolt. A little, hey, don't forget you gotta do this. Sometimes we there's so much going on in the world. We lose a little bit, we forget. And that's okay, we get a little content. But when wake-ups happen, when shake-ups happen, when reminders happen, when situations that needed to be clarified, so clarified doesn't always mean that it's always something that makes our heart feel good, something that makes us feel good. Clarity might just be, I'm feeling this way and this shows it to us. But this also might mean that we just might need a little clarity on our path. On our path. So remember to be open for this message, to this message. To be open. To be open. There's a lot going on in our head. We need to take a break. We need to take a break. We have a lot on our load right now, and we need to realize that. We need to realize that, and we need to start dividing things up. Is this really things that I need to do? Is this things that's really going to benefit me in the long run? Do I have the energy for this? tap into ourselves. Remember, we said that this year we are going to, in the Capricorn video, the winter solstice video, I said that we need to really dive into self-care. And self-care is literally the taking care of self, whatever that is defined as for you. Maybe taking care of self is going to the dentist for me, that's cleaning up my house, that's oiling my scalp, because you know, when you're in day-to-day, you just don't have, you feel like you don't have the energy to do all this extra stuff. So this is tapping into self and what makes that feel good. Maybe that's also reading and organizing things. Whatever self-care looks like, we need to really tap into that. We need to really emphasize that this year, because there is so much going on, because we are living through so many worlds. And if we're not realizing the worlds, the amount that's being added to our shoulders each and every day, even if we're adding to it, we need to take a step back. We need to really emphasize our own routine of self-care. Self-care might also look like ancestor veneration, because for you to be able to know, like, what makes me feel good? How do I, maybe that's some definitions on what your parents feel good, or what you are, or what you saw growing up. And this is now a time for you, the collective, you, the individual, to see things holistically, things clarified, but see things in more compassion. See things in a more compassionate way, wholeheartedly. But emphasize self-care, like self-care over first. Like, that's first things first. Self. We've been given a lot. So we are at our stepping stones again. I like when we're at the stepping stones, because it really allows me to know that we are not just jumping into situations. And that is a really good thing, because last week we stated that free will is the way that we react to a situation. So free will basically means if a car is, that sounds like a terrible one, but if a car is coming at you and it's ice on the ground, are you going to walk out there and you consequently know that the car might not stop? Or do you stay right here and just wait it out? And that's just the thing on how a person reacts. And right now, we need to just be more emphasis on not just waiting for things to show up for us. Like, we're just like, okay, we're going to be in this moment of waiting. But are we not seeing when we've asked for something, or when we ask for assistance, or when we ask for whatever we ask for, do we not see that it's coming? It may not really be in the way that we're thinking of it, but we need to be open to the blessings, to the gifts, to the handouts that are right in front of us. To be right in front of us. And we need to just be in flow with it. Once again, that is the having so much going on in our head, having so much going on in our environment, having so much going on in our body. We need to turn to deep breath. Remember, the first thing we always says is to be open, to be aware. For this message, we need to return to center. We need to do like 3 deep calming breaths, because that calms our entire body, our mind, body, and spirit. That calms the way that we are breathing. So that's how we're taking things in. So now it's at a slower rate. Now it's like, whoa, that's going on, really? And here we may be overextending ourselves by oversharing, or maybe wanting to share out. But right now, this is the time of us to just be reevaluating, reorganizing things for ourselves, and returning to center, practicing in organizing and completing a routine for self. The 2 cards that fell out was invite help And it was a stepping stone. And the second card that fell out was grounded, and it was a stepping stone. So I'm going to read grounded first, and then I'm going to read invite help. So here I'm really getting, we need to practice our patience. Maybe we are wanting something, or maybe we are asking and praying for situations, for guidance, for clarity. For if you really hear me, let me know. And how can they let you know when there is so much going on, where there's so much that's clouded your awareness? And this is a ability to allow us to, first things first, check into ourselves, check in with ourselves, check in with our mental health, check in with our body health. And then second thing, it's allowing us to tap into spirit. It's allowing us to tap into, how do we connect to spirit? How do we engage and get these messages? How can I practice more patience so I can use patience as a tool in my toolkit? Having patience is, once again, one of those assisters that allows us to step out of situations, to see situations for really what it is, and to weigh out the pros and cons. It allows us to organize our thoughts for the best of me, for the best of you. This is strategizing inner and outer work. So inner work might be getting to know yourself, getting to know what does calming my brain, calming my body, calming my environment look like. And then the second thing is, how can I tap into being more practical, more stable, and more open to understanding my values, my self-worth, and my self-awareness. Grounded, that was sidestep, says, many of the most evolved beings on earth are regular folks, living with joy, dignity, and courage. Oh, the ability to tap into your higher self. The ability, once you tap into that essence, it allows you to then know your strengths, know your abilities, know that you yourself have the power, have the essence, have the strength, have the perseverance to get what you need when you need. But that's also saying that with consistent growth, with consistent checking in, with consistent prayer, growth, and inner development, it allows you to grow your inner divinity. It allows you to get closer to the Creator. It allows you to pick up on the ever messages, the ever blessings, the ever lessons, and using them as character developers. Here, there is a goat, and he is just laying here. But once again, we see flowers, we see butterflies, we see birds. Butterflies are guided spirits, forces around us, letting us know that they are here. But it's up to us to be open, to be aware of it. It's up to us to be calm. Here, the lamb or the goat has energy points. There are energy points within the whole picture, which means even the smallest atom makes up the whole group, makes up the whole world. And without that atom, the world is changed. So the tiny, small parts, the tiny, small inner divings that we're doing, the tiny, small points that you're thinking no one's paying attention to, we are paying attention to. We are congratulating you. We are proud of you. Because as you grow the tiny, small points, it impacts the whole picture. It impacts all of you. It impacts you on all layers. But not just you, the groups, the organizations, the people that you are a part of. It impacts your values, your self-worth, your self-awareness. It impacts your money, your talents. It impacts how you see yourself, how you integrate that with other people, the type of people that you choose. The type of people that you choose. Invite help. The type of people that you choose. Invite the divine to pursue you. Seriously, just say, I am finally ready, Creator. Pursue me. Open me up. Allow me to know that we are moving through this together. That these prayers I'm sending up are heard. But it's up to us to pay attention. It's up to us to get the messages. There is so much going on. There's so much going on in our brain. There's so much going on in our environments. There's so much going on in our head. And we need to calm down. We need to calm down. We need to do more deep breathings. We need to do spiritual baths. We need to do clarity baths. We need to drink some tea. If we smoking some weed, we need to stop smoking so much. We need to gain a little clarity. We need to take a couple deep breaths. We need to go back to center. We need to go back to center. You see, it's all this going on in the picture. All this, all the different colors. We see black, so we see a little shadow side, so little memories popping up. We see a little nostalgia up here. We thinking about maybe a little childhood memories. We might be thinking of initiating projects. Things that are coming. Things that have happened. But right now we need to be focused in the present. We need to be focused in the present to be able to see what's going on. To see what's going on. But once again, it's up to us. It's up to us to be in flow with the universe. It's up to us. Awakening on the back. Awakening on the back, the inner evolution. The vulnerabilities that we are feeling, the emotions that we are repressing, people who have repressed values, thoughts. Maybe that is something that has happened through the lineage, because this is a lot of Capricorn energy. Maybe this is something that happened with just reaching status quo. Maybe this is just happening when we are stepping into how the world sees us. But we need to understand that there is something deeper that is going on. And we should be open to dive deep, to honor ourselves, to walk through the hard parts with ourselves, to grow that relationship with ourselves. Because once we grow that relationship with ourselves, and people come and try to knock us off our square or say things and try to use bits and pieces of our memories, our lives against us, it won't work, because you honestly honor, genuinely love and forgive yourself. You see yourself for who you really are, using lessons as character developers. That's the most unique thing. That's the most highest learning, highest version of yourself communicating. That's that. Being able to say, you know what? I have unique and impetuous desires, talents, hobbies, goals, aspirations. I have a creative energy, light that I want to shine, and stepping into that. And that's stepping into that. But first things first, we have to be aware of our vulnerabilities. We have to be aware of our emotions. We have to be aware of our subconscious. The things that we are hiding are secrets. We have to be aware of our previous lives and how they have impacted us, where we are today. We have to be aware of our lineage, because a lot of these things have been passed down. And for us to not know things, for us to not be aware of our lineage, our ancestry, our genetics, our DNA, our history, it puts us at a standstill. Let's open that. Let's explore that. Let's get to know ourselves so we can help ourselves, so we can help the upcoming lineage, the upcoming generation, so I can help my higher self. Awakening can be scary, but this is why we're journaling, because in a matter of weeks, a matter of days, things that have seemed so overbearing, so challenging, you're going to be able to say, wow, I overcame that. Wow, I did that myself. But I have to put the work in. I have to acknowledge my strengths and my opportunities, my areas of opportunities for growth. I have to be the reawakener for myself. Awakening says, "Oh, my Creator, wake me from life as a spiritual sheep. May I hear you through my own instincts and common sense." The awakening is an individualized plan, individualized path, which means my awakening and your awakening lead to different evolutions. But through that, it allows the collective, allows the community to grow. Maybe you're an excellent swordsman and I'm an excellent gardener, but I can't do my job without you. I need your tools. Certain herbs, I have to get the roots. You know how deep that is? I need you. So realizing that you play an important part, that your life plays an important part, that your being plays an important part, and right now it might be really hard, it might be really challenging, but know through this hard and challenging time, you will persevere. You will, because you have your inner strength that we need to call on, that we need to awaken. The messages are around, but it's up to us to pay attention. It's up to us. It's up to us. Awakening was sidestepped last week. So what happened between last week in this week that made us question ourselves, question our self-worth, question our abilities? What happened between last week, Spirit, and this week that made us question our abilities? What happened? Oh, this aren't enough cards, baby. What happened? So I can see the okay. You saw somebody for really what they are? What happened? Wow. Okay, I see what happened. So between last week and this week, we might have been giving too much. Like, we might have been given a couple of messages as in, like, maybe our family gave it to us, or maybe our friends, people that we feel nurture us, however we are defining nurturing. So nurturing is uplifting us, encouraging us, supporting us, giving us advice. All those things are things that fall into that category. And we hesitated on the message. We hesitated on, is this really for me? And when the moment of hesitation, we need to really detach. We need to be like, where is this voice coming from? Why do I feel like I am not trusting my faith? I am not trusting what I'm being given. I am not trusting what's being presented to me. Reframe is at a stepping stone. So it is going against invite, help, and grounded. So once again, we need to be in flow. So whatever happened last week that made us feel that we had to second guess ourselves, that this isn't really what it is. That's the first step of vulnerability. Let's find out where this came from, whose voice that is. Where was the first time that you heard something like that? Where was the first time that you heard this voice from? Where was the first time that someone told you that you should not do this because of this? Are you not your own individual? Do you not have your own needs and desires? Are you not worthy of showcasing who you really are? Reframe says, this is happening for me, not to me. And the second card the card that was on the back was detachment. So when all these feelings are going on, maybe this is a lot of childhood. Maybe this could be at home. This could be when you are out at school, or maybe when you are, I just see a lot of buildings and kids. So if you're doing after school programs and people made you feel that your uniqueness or your talents were not as spectacular as really were, maybe they were a little jealous. And right now, for us to know who we are and for us to tap into ourselves when we are feeling that, or when that voice comes, let's tap into where that's coming from. But first things first, let's detach. Let's detach and let's check in with our own emotions. What are you feeling when this happens? Where does that feeling come from? Is it a stomach? Is it a throat? Where is that coming from? Detachment says, with detachment, you finally feel whole inside, with or without the fulfillment of a particular desire. Ironically, that's often when it's fulfilled. Ironically, that's often when it's fulfilled. And then I thought this card came out and it says, whole inside with or without the fulfillment of a particular desire. So when our blessings are coming in and they're not in the way, the scope, the perspective, the thought that we thought a blessing should come in, we thought the blessing should come in, that is not how we prescribed it. Maybe this is a time for us to learn to be more particular, specific, but that's also allowing us to know that blessings don't come how we want them to come. They come how we need them to come. Love doesn't come how we want it to come. It's how we need to be loved. It's how we need to be loved. So right now, let's tap into the present. Let's calm our minds, body, and spirits. Let's do some stretching. I'm seeing a lot of, I need to stretch my back out. So then touch your toes, spread your legs, touch that leg, stretch your arms. I am also seeing oil your ankles, oil your wrists, or your fingers. I'm also seeing change your sheets, change your pillowcases. And yes. So remember, turn it to center. And you all have this. You have this. All right, too. I'll see you all next week.